Have you ever wondered why you end up in relationships where you don't feel valued? What many people call a repeating relationship pattern or attracting unhealthy relationships is what I understand through the lens of the brainchild, as we've talked many times. And the standard, it quietly teaches people around you. Very interesting. On Monday, I asked you to look at one relationship in your life and simply notice whether the way the way you were treated there reflects how you treat yourself. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how that standard gets set and what changes the moment you start giving yourself something different. Welcome back. And it's not because the universe is punishing you. It's not that, but because you are giving from lack. Your cup is empty. Your cup's empty. You are not pouring. You cannot pour from an empty cup, even if it's just a sip below the rim of the cup. You cannot give love. You don't have to give. You can't receive love that you don't believe you deserve. For years, I wondered why certain relationships felt the way they did. Why I kept finding myself in situations where I was not valued, not seen, not honored. The answer, when it finally came, was the one who set the standard. Not consciously. Definitely not on purpose, not deliberately, but through every act of self-diminishment, every moment of self-cruelty, every time I accepted this brainchild's brutal language as a truth. I was teaching the world this is how it is okay to treat me. If this resonates with you, I would love to hear in the comments below what standard you think, have been teaching others to treat you by. Here's one micro move for today. The next time you catch yourself accepting treatment that doesn't sit right with you, pause, stop, drop, breathe, pause, and ask, would I let myself be spoken to this way by my inner voice? Let that answer guide you to what you do next. When I started doing this practice, when I started coming home to myself, when I started building a true relationship with my own heart, something shifted, not just inside of me, but around me. It's amazing because when you start loving yourself and the cup starts to fill over, something changes in how you show up. You stop accepting treatment that does not honor you, not from anger or defensiveness, but from a very quiet, steady knowing of your own worth. You stop giving from lack and start giving from abundance, just flows. And people feel that, noticeably feel that. And they respond to that. The relationships in your life begin to reflect the new standard you are setting up for yourself. This is not about being selfish. This is not about closing your heart to others. It's quite the opposite, actually. When you love yourself fully, when your cup is filled to the brim and overflowing, you have so much more to give. You give from abundance. You love from your wholeness. You show up in your relationships as someone who knows their true value, their true self-worth, and honors that. And literally, that changes everything. So here's what I would love for you to consider. Look at the relationships in your life right now. Look at how people are treating you, not in judgment, just observation. Look at what you accept, what you tolerate, what you allow. And then ask yourself, is this a reflection of how I treat myself? Because it very likely is. The work of coming home to yourself, of clearing the clutter, of practicing patience and consistency, of catching your signals early and speaking to yourself with compassion. It's not just about you. It ripples out in every relationship you have. It changes the standard. It raises the bar. It starts with you loving yourself enough that your cup fills to the brim and overflows. That's the practice. That is the guidance. That is what becomes possible when you truly come home to yourself. Conscious living, conscious choices, choosing you first. That's not selfishness. That's self-care. This brings us to a close with this series. If you've been walking through the Brainchild series with me, everything we have covered here are in the Soul Notes Companion, where you can return to these practices whenever you're ready to go deeper. The link is down below in the description. Until next time, take care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Much love.